The reason why I'm excited, and I know a lot of people are excited about your being here, is that you fall under the category of what we call as a trusted messenger. You know, quite frankly, when they see me on television, an old guy with a suit saying to a young person, go and get vaccinated, they say, well, you know, maybe, maybe not.
I have a couple of questions for you.
Okay, let's do it.
First question is, why is it important for young people to get vaccinated?
Well, it's important for young people to get vaccinated for a couple of reasons. First, for their own health and safety, because there is a misperception that young people will never have any problem with COVID-19. It's true that statistically, it's less likely for a young person to get a severe outcome from COVID-19, but it isn't zero. And there are plenty of young people right now, as we're getting this new Delta variant come up and infecting people more and more, we're seeing a lot more young people get infected and even get hospitalized. So it's for your own safety first. The other thing is that if you get vaccinated, you're like a dead end to the virus. If you get infected, even if you don't get any symptoms and you do fine, there's a likelihood that you're going to transmit the infection to someone else who might transmit it to someone else who might be a person who's vulnerable to getting seriously ill. So I think when young people hear that, nobody's going to want to be a vehicle for a virus to hurt somebody else. Mm-hmm. So two reasons. One, for your own health and safety, but you want to be part of the solution, right, not part of the problem.
Right, totally. And how many people under 18 do you think have gotten vaccinated already?
Well, you know, we have the larger proportion of the people under 18 are not vaccinated. We really want to get that level way up above 70%, which is really, you know, the original goal that the president set to get 70% of the adult population vaccinated with one dose. The fact is now that we got to factor into then the younger individuals, and we want to make sure they don't fall between the cracks, that they're the ones that are out there getting vaccinated themselves, as well as talking it up with their friends.
Right.
I'm far away from being that young, but I remember when we were young, we always talking to each other about things, about, hey, did you get this done? No, I didn't, but maybe you should. That's what we want to see. We want to see that momentum among young people to talk to each other about why it's important to get vaccinated.
Right. And why do you think some young people are hesitant to get the vaccine?
You know, it's a complicated reason. I think one of the reasons is that often, and I think you can appreciate that with so many of your followers, that young people feel invulnerable. They feel like, I'm young, I'm healthy, this doesn't bother me. So I think that's the first reason. The other reason is they may think it's inconvenient. Like, how do I go about getting vaccinated? It must be complicated. And I think one of the messages that we really want to bring to people, particularly young people, it's the easiest thing in the world to get vaccinated. I mean, there's opportunities, tens of thousands of pharmacies, of vaccine community centers, even mobile units that go out into areas that are poorly accessible. So it's easy and it's free. We got to keep that message going. So when you talk to your millions of people who follow you, remember, it's easy and it's free.
Amazing. And lastly, I guess, if you had to tell young people one thing about vaccines, what would it be?
The one thing is that in the history of the world, the single intervention that has saved tens and tens and tens of millions of lives is vaccination. Mm-hmm. It's a highly effective way to prevent serious disease. And right now, unfortunately for the world, you and I are living through one of the most extraordinary pandemics in history. None that we've ever seen like this in the last 100 years. That's why it's important to get vaccinated.
Yeah. Good to know.
The reason why I'm excited, and I know a lot of people are excited about your being here, is that you fall under the category of what we call as a trusted messenger. You know, quite frankly, when they see me on television, an old guy with a suit saying to a young person, go and get vaccinated, they say, well, you know, maybe, maybe not.
Yeah.
But when they hear someone and see somebody who they admire, who they respect, that really, really makes a difference. So that's the reason why everybody's excited about your taking part in what is really a very important effort, because it's absolutely essential to get young people vaccinated.
Incredible. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.